Good morning. We got a little flight here. Let's complete the run I promised yesterday. Was going to Morristown from Quonset Point when I flew home the day before my 21st birthday in a A26. It's quite an airplane. A couple of 2,000 horsepower radial engines, single pilot. My friend Berg, Jack Berg, half-brother to Demi Allen. He ended up flying for United, but he was a carrier pilot and he was towing targets for finishing his time in the Navy when they were upgrading to jets back in the late 50s. And he didn't want to stay in the Navy, so they had him towing targets for a little while. This airplane out of Quonset Point, Rhode Island. So we're going to finish this. We're going to use the Latitude, and it's my fun airplane at this point. I was a little rusty in the old TBM, and here we're taking off. We have to check and see if the connection is there. That's probably the old Liberty. Jenny, they had the Liberty engine in it. I think it was a V12, and that's probably produced about 400, maybe 500 horsepower. It was the trainer, World War I. So here we are at Igor Sikorsky, the guy that invented the helicopter and had the first production helicopter. And it was called the Sikorsky, ready to fly. And then we're going to see that we're connected when we depart. And I think we are. So let's go on out to here. Let's see how it goes. And it looks like we come into the airport, but it's all right. It's all right there. Oh, here's where we land. Runway 23. Ronau intersection. Just turn left and approach. We come by Teterboro. We come by LaGuardia. We come down Long Island. I don't know Long Island that well, but down in here is where my cousin used to live, at Port Washington, right along in there. Jaffe, none of these am I familiar with, but we have Kennedy International, JFK, right there. Big commercial airport. So let's go ahead and see how it goes. If necessary, we'll have to intercept Jaffe. I'll write down Jaffe on here just in case we get lost. JAFFY, and then right here, just in case we need to get on the port, our outer marker. It's not really, but maybe an outer marker is there from the old ILS, Instrument Landing System. Okay, outer marker, first intersection, Jaffe. Okay, here we go. So we can get rid of this, and we go to let's go to inside the airplane. Let's go in here, over one, see what our report. We want to change our sun a little bit behind us, and we're heading 23, so we want to put it a little earlier in the day. It's late in the day, so that'll be in our eyes all the way. So we'll go with 1046 ought to be good. Get rid of that and see what our clearance is. Here we go. cleared. So cleared to 7,000 feet. And we go right here, 7,000. And 7. Right there. And let's see here. We can change that. That's just to 1,000 feet. Nav and vertical speed. We'll climb at 3,000 feet a minute. There we go. All right, we're set. We can just change this to a single screen instead of the split screen, and it looks like we're all set. Okay, and we can go outside now and go ahead and give her the gas. Take the brakes off, and we're heading straight across to Long Island. We'll make a little left turn to get on course. We're heading west. We have to head. I don't quite get that. We aren't going to turn north. We'll see what happens there. And let's get going. We should be making a left turn and heading south. Oh, there it is. There's the arrow right there. So we will be turning left, heading south. Get the gear up. And we can leave the flaps until we get up to 200. And I'd hold this and see if the autopilot comes on. Looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. And we got to get the there's auto throttle. Let's see, go inside, see if it's on. See if it's on. Auto throttle.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, did you copy?
Auto throttle on. And now we can copy. That'll control our speed, the auto throttle.
128.1 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye. Boston Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie is passing 3,000 feet, climbing 7,000 feet. Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Boston Center altimeter 29.902 radar contact. Continue to Jaffe.
Yeah, that's the first intersection, Jaffe. That makes sense. So that's good. We'll leave that there for right now because they'll tell us something else in a minute. And we come off with the flaps. And we now can go on up to 250 knots. Heading for Morristown.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, contact Boston Center on 132.3. Good day. 132.3 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye. Boston Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie is at 6,300 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Boston Center altimeter 29.902 radar contact. Continue to Jaffe.
Okay, so we are truing out at 285 knots. We're down in the speed limit of 250 indicated.
Contact Boston Center on 128.1.
That's a little faster than the
Delta 205 heavy, you are tree 5 miles east.
TBN.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet.
But
Expect vectors ILS runway 31 approach.
It's a more sophisticated, much more sophisticated airplane. It's a $5 million airplane. This bumps up close to 30 million.
Good day.
Not that I have to be running around something expensive, but it's just
Going to 128.1. decimal
Give
one
her the auto
southwest
throttle.
4890 heavy.
Auto throttle, and it's just fun.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors
You'll
ILS
see how
runway
it does
31
going
right,
into
approach
Morristown.
Delta
It should be
205
fine.
heavy.
Teterboro is probably a little bit larger
Airbus
field,
118
but
contact Boston Center on 124.525.
we should be able to squeeze it into Morristown.
Going to 128.1 care tree
Everything
21.
looks good there. Go back outside.
Delta 205
So we're
heavy
just
contact
hitting
approach
Jaffe.
on 126.4. Good day.
And we'll head down to, you can see the
Going
width
to
of Long Island going out
124.525
there.
Airbus
This is the
118.
Atlantic right out here. Long Island, MacArthur. I don't know anybody that lives there. Let's see what's out this way.
Going to 126.4
Brookhaven.
Delta
Don't know what
205
that
heavy.
is. None of these make any sense to me. I didn't get to Long Island very much, if at all.
Boston Center American 199er heavy is passing 11,000 feet, climbing 16,000
We
feet.
spent our time on the
American 199er heavy Boston Center altimeter
Connecticut
29.9er 2 radar contact.
coastline.
Continue to rover.
on the Long Island Sound here, like a big lake, until a nor'easter comes along, and then the waves will kick up maybe to 5 or 6 feet when a good storm comes in. So we can see Connecticut, Stamford will be up there, Darien. Beautiful, beautiful. So now we're heading right down toward Manhattan. We can look on the chart here. And we'll go out right about there. That should do pretty good. And you can see we come down and then we turn to go out and hit what I would call the outer marker, or the initial approach out there. We go by LaGuardia and Teterboro. And the George Washington Bridge. We'll see the George Washington Bridge.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 31 right approach.
So down along in here is Washington, Port Washington, or my cousin.
Cessna 5 Yankee contact New York approach on
down in
125.9er
My
75.
brother rented a house in Darien, Connecticut, which was over along in here.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 31 right approach American 199er heavy.
So we're still putting along at 250
75 Cessna 5
knots,
Yankee.
truing out at 275 at 7,000 feet. We'll look down toward Kennedy. Well, that might be
American
Kennedy.
199er heavy contact
Kennedy right
Philadelphia
out
approach
there.
on 127.6. Good day. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day.
Going to 121.125 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. New York Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie 7,000 feet.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie New York Center altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue. New York Center generic November 25 Mike Golf is passing 800 feet, climbing 11,000 feet. Generic November 25 Mike Golf New York Center altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue.
So this could be LaGuardia right there. Well, no, it's going to be down to the left a little more. We'll have to look for. Yeah, that's probably going to be LaGuardia right there, and then Teterboro is just across the Hudson. And we should be able to look out here and see Kennedy.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, low, 3 miles.
3 miles. Yep, there's LaGuardia right there. We're not going there today. And then this airport is a seaplane port, a little different designation. You see it. There's a little water landing. Yeah, that's seaplane designation versus a regular designation for standard aircraft.
Mike Golf, contact Boston Center on 1 tree, 2 decimal tree.
You can start seeing the Hudson River. And beyond is New
Going to 1 tree,
Jersey.
2 decimal tree, generic 5 Mike Golf. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, you are tree 5 miles east. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect RNAV Yankee runway, 2 tree approach via Rano transition. Cleared to Rano.
Okay, that's Rano.
Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect RNAV Yankee
Okay,
runway 2 tree
I'm gonna-
approach via
I'm
Rano
gonna see
transition.
if I
Cleared to
can
Rano Cessna
control
7
the-
Bravo Charlie.
Auto throttle.
See if I can control the throttle.
Auto throttle.
210. They want us down to 210. We'll start bringing the speed down. And everything else is the same. We'll turn the autopilot off on approach. And we can put the these slats up, the spoilers. Those will come up. That'll slow us down to 210.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
There we're slowing down. So now we got to go down to 2,000 feet. We got to acknowledge that.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
That'll be good. We'll look over this way toward Manhattan. There we go. Get that out of the way. Go inside.
Auto throttle. Traffic, 10 o'clock, high, 3 miles. Auto throttle.
There we go. And we go inside, 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet, descend. There we go, 2,000. See if we got approach on yet. No approach. Go back outside. And we're getting a little fast. Put our spoiler up. Keep us down at 210.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, please expedite your descent 2,000 feet.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We got it. There we go. Looking good, and we can look over toward,
Bravo Charlie, contact Philadelphia
look over
approach
toward the
on 1
George
tree,
Washington
2 decimal
Bridge,
8.
down toward
Good
Manhattan.
day.
And we're coming up, so let's say goodbye.
132.8 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye. Philadelphia approach Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie
Should
is passing
see
3,000 feet,
Teterboro
descending
right
2,000
here.
feet.
Teterboro.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Philadelphia, approach altimeter 29er decimal 9er, 2 radar contact, continue Toronto.
Coming with a little flap at 200 knots. There we go. We'll start looking where we're going. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then they'll hand us off. So I am controlling the throttle, so we don't have that on. And pretty soon we'll, once we get on final approach, we'll turn off the autopilot. See if approach comes on. Not yet. We may have to hand fly it down to Morristown. That could be Morristown right up there. No, Essex County. And we'll go back outside. And we're holding 2,000 feet at 200 knots. Looks good. We could have the chart up. We could do that. So we're coming up to Rono right there. So at that point we can turn on the fire. Here's Newark right there. At 2,000 feet. I haven't seen Morristown yet, but that's off to our left. What's that airport right there? That could be it. Okay, we'll be turning on the final here, and we'll turn on the
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, you are 14 miles northeast of Morristown. Contact Morristown Tower on 118.1 when inbound.
And it's not clicking. Oh, we haven't quite hit it yet. So we have to answer that.
Tower on 118.1 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
We'll get rid of this. And get rid of that. See if it wants to go on the approach yet. No, it's not lighting up. That's on there. Yeah, approach is on. Okay, so we should see the glide slope come down. We have that armed. And we'll contact Morristown.
Morristown Tower Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie 11 miles northeast inbound RNAV Yankee runway 23 approach.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie Morristown Tower.
And we'll put
altimeter 29er.9er,
the
2
gear
wind
down.
call cleared RNAV Yankee runway 23 approach.
And we'll keep it at 180. Put another notch of flap in. I haven't seen the glide slope yet. Acknowledge pattern entry.
Cleared RNAV Yankee runway 23 approach Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
And not sure I'm getting on the glide slope yet. So we'll keep that up. We got approach on. The runway is right here, so we got about 5 miles to go. I see the glide slope coming down, the little white triangle right there. Everything will turn green here when we are locked on. And we're down to 140, that's good. Just keep it at 140 to 150. And we'll put in the last notch of flap. And take it up to about 50% power.
Exit at 915. Follow the aircraft on final. Wind calm cleared to land runway 5.
And we're just gonna grab the glide slope.
Clear
There
to
it
land
goes.
runway 5,
Just
exit
grab the glide
915.
slope. So we should see
Cessna
Morristown
7 Bravo
direct
Charlie
as,
wind calm cleared to land
as
runway
I
23.
see the runway out there directly ahead.
Cleared to land runway 23 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
Clear to land. We'll get this out of the way. Then we'll go outside. And watch it. Go ahead. Take care. We keep it about 140. Yeah, when you get full flapping, it takes a lot of power. That's been my transition back from the auto throttle. I thought you could keep it on auto throttle, but it tends, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it tends to go too fast. It wants to stay up around 200 knots. You got to get it down to 145. Actually, I think the real airplane, they might have it at 135. Depends on the load. And they've got when you enter the numbers of the altimeter, what the altimeter setting is, what the winds are, what the weight of the airplane is. All of that is a factor. We're coming into Morristown Airport. I flew the tri-pacer in there. That first time I flew up from Norfolk, Virginia after I got my private license. We dropped the guys off at Flushing Meadows out next to LaGuardia. And then I flew out here for the weekend, stayed with my parents, and then decided couldn't load the guys and full load of fuel and get out of Flushing Meadows safely. So I just go inside here,
200.
and we'll turn off the autopilot. There we go. And we'll get
100.
we can just stay right there.
50.
We
40.
can just stay
30,
right there.
20. 10.
Little bounce. Flaps up. We'll just go to the end.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie exit runway when able.
Okay. We get right up here. You can see what's going on.
No takeoff.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie contact ground on 134.2.
All right.
Going to 134.2 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, just go right in here.
Autopilot.
Oh, the guy wants to park us out in front. There we go.
Morristown ground Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie taxi to parking.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway.
Here we go.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, did you copy?
Taxi
Yes.
to general aviation parking via taxiway Cessna 7 Bravo
Here
Charlie.
we go. And we'll go inside and shut things down. And look around. And I'm thinking we didn't have a big building when I went in and out of there. And I kind of thought we may have parked right along in here, but it seemed to me we were off of this runway over in here. But again, I guess it would have been probably right about there. I don't recall the position of the tower, so it probably had to be over in here. But there was a parking, and then there was a fence between the parking and the runway. This is more open to the runway right here. Yeah, possibly it looks like I could Google Earth it, figure out what it looks like today. Anyway, thanks for riding along. I'm back home again. Take care. See you next time.